Group to build. Right now it's showing 0 here, 0 thumbs ups. There's usually about a 30-second delay. It's a trip because I'll have people sitting right next to me on phones, and some of them have a 30-second delay, some will have a minute delay, some have a little bit more. Same building, same internet, everything. One thumbs up, 0 online, kind of odd. We've got a bunch of 5x7 right in the rain covers done. These will start shipping out tomorrow. Most of them still need clean. They've got little threads and stuff on them that will clip off and then burn. Here's the multicam black red ones here. Pretty nice. Wyatt Hunter, what's up? Bill Ravelli, what's going on? Chuck Peoples, Into the Longest Line, what's up? Yoder, Kilo Bravo 6, what's going on? Rich Smith. Any of you guys showing up here this week? Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Desert Rat, what's up? Shock Zone 808. Sadat, what's up? From Colorado. Looks like we've got multicam black AK M4 micros selling. Looks like we've got some more TIFF hot pink thread grocery bags going. These look like EDC organizers. We have a lot of EDC organizers going. That's what all of this stack here is. 5x7 right in the range right here. These have been multicam black Tiffany. TIFF blue grocery bags over here, although I don't see them. I see the job order. These look like lids that'll go for AKM4 micros. Fisher, what's up? Chuck Peoples, what's up? Something going on Friday also. If you're in town, come by. Usually Friday, you know, people start getting into town, vendors and stuff. If you're here, you might as well come by anyways. We'll usually send the employees home about half day, and we'll get the building set up kind of how we want it, and then we just kind of hang out. So it's a time where we just kind of sit around and bullshit and talk. Usually get some pizzas or, you know, whatever, maybe have a drink. But that's really the only time when I'll actually sit down and we can have a conversation about whatever. Or you can just talk to other people. You'd be surprised how many people come here that don't like me. They're here to see other people, and that's totally fine. Wyatt Cranford, what's up? Jeremy Fisher. Good teacher, what's up? Everything's good. Got a box of Badass today. Half-size stand-up, 3-cell pocket slide, and carrot cookies. So we actually intended to get actual little mini carrot cakes. We just couldn't source them. They weren't available, and the ones that were available were like $10 a piece. We just couldn't do that many of them. So Oreo, had a carrot cake Oreo. I can say that I have not tried a single one of them. So that's what we did. What do you think? Which item do you like the best? Here's another beanie Amanda made last night. I don't know where they are. She had them all laid out, and I never did come across them on the camera yesterday. I think that these are all for sale if you want one of them. I think she said they're $35 a piece. They're double layer, so it's 2 layers. They're super warm. I don't know how we would put them up for sale, but I guess if you see this, screenshot the one you want, circle it, and then send me a message or whatever. They're $35. 2 boxes today, more stand-up pouches, now Jean pouch and CQB. So what do you think of the stand-up pouches? Jen Griffin, what's up? What's up, comrades? Got a box of badassery, half size stand up. We read all those. Don Stinson, what's up? All the pouches are great, but 3-cell will be used daily. It will, yeah. It definitely is something you could use on a daily basis. A lot of guys, you know, they want to buy the NSW rig. They want the $650 chest rig. But the reality is they might put it on once, twice a year, and never have an actual real use for it for most people that have it. But you put a visor cover or a wallet, you know, something like that, something they can pull out every single day, show that label to their friends, you know, get a laugh out of it, and just have use every single day. They get in the car. Every time you get in your car, you see your visor cover, you know. Paris has more hotels for sure. Camden has some. New Johnson has some. Waverly, I think, has some hotels. I think a lot of people are just camping here on the property. Bring a tent, bring a hammock, fucking, you know, dig a hole. Good luck with digging a hole. It's all rock. Second order stand-up pouches. Internet is bogged down big time. Dawn, yeah, it seems I'm showing 37 people on here, but I'm not seeing really anything much for comments. Usually the comments go past, you know, pretty fast. I can't really keep up with them, but right now I keep reading the same ones over. Loving the injectables pouch, right on. So Matt, tell us what you think about the 4-wheeler, buddy. The 1000's probably a little much. My 850 is pretty crazy. Stay off the throttle. That's what I told you, right? Just less gas. But a lot of times, man, you'll be going someplace slow, and you'll hit a bump, and before you know it, like, you just automatically hit that fucking throttle, and that bike will literally give you whiplash if you're not careful with it. Especially, like, I ride around all the time with one hand on the handlebar and a camera in my other hand. So it has the potential to, you know, harm you for sure. Took me 90 minutes to watch the 60-minute video you sent. Josh Winnie, what's up, buddy? Any kit bags? So send me an email. Tell me what color you want, and we'll discuss that. Somebody emailed me today about multicam black kit bags. I put an order in online, I think, so he could pre-order it. So once we see that order, we'll build a small run of them. The Renegade is super insane, way insane. Wheelies at 60. Yeah, that's it. But you could tune that down. You could tune that down by putting bigger tires on it. That would slow it down some. Woodland tool bags did sell out like ridiculously quick. I can't believe I have one of these here left. I'm taking this for myself. Pocket slide ordered for my dad. He's in Tennessee. He is from Tennessee, right on. Do all ATVs have thumb? They do, man. They do. All his stuff sells out super fast. Get on the next message list or you will not. Yeah. I had a dude email me today and he's like, hey, can I get a discount code before I place an order? And I said, no. No, you can't. I said, and while you're waiting for a discount code, what you want is probably sold out already. And then I put his email address in my shit. 2 years ago in 2020, he ordered a Pelter wrap. You ordered a Pelter wrap 2 years ago, and you want me to give you a discount code so that you're going to do me the favor of ordering some stuff that I don't care whether you buy or not. Chuck Peoples, you'll be down Thursday, right on. Just got a box last week, got notification of another one shipping today, and I think I still have 2 on standby, right on. Thank you for your orders, Tyler. I thought that was waiting for me. Jen, I don't know shit about it. Is it waiting for you? Are we supposed to be holding something for you? If you ordered something and asked for it to be held, then I'm sure it's being held someplace. If it's on the shelf, it hasn't been purchased. Yeah, I pay double discount. I fucking wish there was a way to do that. I'm always surprised. Like, we have a thing on there where you can put a tip in there, and it only lets you do percentages of the order. It won't let you free form just put a tip in there. But I'm amazed at how many people give us fucking tips, like large tips. And, you know, I've never said this before, but we always throw some extra shit in those orders for them. The Blackbeard stuff sold out. It sold out like the first day. Multicam chocolate, best pattern ever. I got this disgusting stuff right here. I do have some Multicam Tropic small clothes bags down there. Oh, there's Multicam Tropic right there. Looking for EDC knife, Benchmade or Spec. George, here's the deal, buddy. Put them in your hands. See which one you like. They're both going to cut stuff that you cut, right? What do we really use knives for? A knife, for real. I open boxes with my knife every day. There's blood on this knife. There's tape. There's probably poop. There's mud, rocks. I use a knife for shit that you're not supposed to use a knife for. You said Benchmade or Spyderco. Both of those are just fine. Those are both great for cutting stuff. Don't pry with them. Don't try to open a door with it. You will definitely snap those blades. Don't try to pick up a manhole cover with them. You'll break the tip off, if not the knife in half. Don't try to open like water shutoff boxes in the ground with them. Those knives are for cutting, and they will do an excellent job. I cut 27 sidewalls out of car tires with a Spyderco police model. One Spyderco, never sharpened it, 27 sidewalls. And it wasn't just like jam it in and slice it, like cut the sidewall out of the tires. When the Spyderco police model first came out. Great steel, great metal, comes super razor sharp. You'll be happy. So go wherever you're going to go look at those things, put it in your hand, and don't buy one, right? Look at both of them, and then go sleep on it. And see if it's in your head the next morning, then go buy one of them. Now that COVID is over, they're stopping avocado. They are stopping avocados from Mexico, and chickens in Mayfield are getting a new bird flu. Yeah, I'll go ahead and worry about that in February. I prefer a Spyderco for work. My Benchmade is more of a dress for personal. So I think it depends on which one, right? I have some Benchmade knives that are $1,000 knives. Same, I've got some Emersons that are, well over $1,000. I've got some, I have quite a few Spydercos. I know a dude that works at for Spyderco International. He flies in from Germany to the trade shows and stuff. I think they're all fine, man. I think they're all fine. I carry something more robust because I use it for a bunch of bullshit that you're not supposed to use a knife for. Spent the evening going all over tourniquets and the rest of the gear. Right on, Chuck. After a short time of riding, I was covered in mud, even in my underwear. Confirmation mini pack will be here tomorrow. 2 additional boxes shipping confirmation today. 1 getting ready to ship, and I will have everything in Woodland. Right on. I prefer Spyderco. Now that COVID is over, pry bar knife. That's it exactly, Josh. How cold do you think it'll be in Tennessee this weekend? So it's supposed to be 50 and down to 20. They're saying we have major storms coming in here for Thursday, I think it said. Maybe it's Wednesday. Possible tornado activity. Everything's supposed to be totally clear for the weekend, and the weather is looking, nice. What decent priced knives are good for prying and all other stuff you said? Nothing. They don't exist. Decent, you said decent priced. I mean, maybe it's out there. Are we talking folder or are we talking fixed blade? Different animals. You said reasonable. That means budget price, most likely. So I would say, dude, get a knife that you really like, that you will love to have in your pocket at all times. Like when you sit down to have a meal, you pull your knife out and take a picture of the knife, right? That's the knife that you really like, and you want to have it with you, right? And then go buy you a $3 big flat blade screwdriver and a $5 pry bar, and then use the pry bar and the screwdriver for the shit that's going to snap your nice knife, right? Like, this is the nicer version of this. This is what I carry every day, and this is the nicer version of it. Carbon fiber, black coating. I don't know what kind of coating that is. I don't know if it's FPV or what, but supposedly we're getting an inch of rain. Crazy. I wish I didn't sell my Striders because it's hard to get now. Why'd you sell them? Why did you? I wouldn't mind doing a live feed on chainsaw safety SOP since I can't make it to the festival. Man, I think we're fucking completely fucking busy. Why don't you come out next time and just do that? Check out Zero Tolerance. Yeah, I guess that's a good answer there. Zero Tolerance. They're bulky and clunky and look like they're made out of a trash can lid. And I don't say that to be shitty. I say that kind of as a joke because people say that about some of Blount's knives and stuff. Some of the West Tennessee guys. But I've never liked the Zero Tolerance. I think the Zero Tolerance is a great, do it all knife. It's rugged into the world. You're not going to break that thing most likely. It's definitely more stout. I guess that's the word, right? Stout. Not as refined. I've never been in love with Zero Tolerance. I think it's a wonderful tool though. Did you hear Judicial Watch sued HHS for records from the top FDA officials who quit over COVID booster? I've not. I've really not. I heard Homeland Security came out and said they're going to go after anybody that says anything that sways opinion of the government, basically. I heard it read verbatim, and it said basically that. Zero Tolerance is just a decent EDC knife, not a Strider by any means, but it's a better knife in my opinion. I'm sure it is. Better than a Spyderco. Different than a Spyderco for sure. The Spyderco is more of a gentleman's knife, I guess, or more refined, more jewelry, I guess. Very fucking ridiculously sharp. Looks like a ton of folks are about to get Clinton. They're talking about us. I'm perfectly happy with my Ganzos. I understand why people like the high-end stuff. I don't know what a Gonzo is. M16 SF cheap, and is that the Columbia River ones? Yeah. Any chance of an Alpine multicam black day pack in the future? Yeah, I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can do that. I think you're gonna see multicam black day packs next. We've got multicam black AKM4 micros on the floor. We've got a lot of multicam stuff. We've got a fucking shitload of multicam mini cocks being cut. Those will start sewing and as well as shipping tomorrow. I'm sure the first batches will ship out tomorrow of those. Microtech's always a good choice. I like Microtech stuff. I have a lot of custom, Tony's custom stuff, Marfione's custom stuff. I own some Microtech stuff. Some of it's definitely stout, right? Some of it's beefy. These are Microtechs here. They're Microtech Strider collabs, but these were made, I think, 100% in Microtech's house. They're robust. The out the front stuff, people like them because they're gadgety, right? But they're not a great knife. I mean, you cut tape with them for a couple weeks and they won't deploy anymore. You got to send them in. They've got the proprietary thing to take them apart, and you can buy that thing on eBay and take them apart. But I don't want a fucking knife that won't open when I need it to open. Fidel Jr. is about to go martial law. I think he just did. I thought that had happened. 76 folks on here, only 61 thumbs up. Come on, guys. You have that thing in your hand right now. Just push the thumbs up right there. Can I show the item that is beside the knives? What are we talking about? These right here? These are 5x7 right in the rain covers. And we put them up for order Saturday or maybe Sunday night. And these are the first batches that'll ship tomorrow. These just finished up at the end of the day today. They still have threads on them to clip off and get burned. And then we've done these colors, and then we've got several other colors on the floor right now going. What color is the gray? I don't know. Are you talking about this stuff? It's Raid. Raid. Can you legally have out the front knives in Tennessee? Who gives a fuck? Like, for real, who gives a fuck? If allowed versus able, like if you're still asking if you can do things, Do you notice that you can still buy them even though you're not allowed to have them? Isn't that kind of an odd thing? You can go to a gun show and people are selling out the front knives all day long. Like, really? We don't have better shit to worry about than fucking how your goddamn knife opens? But with that said, yes, out the front knives are legal in Tennessee. My children at age 6, 10, and 13 were carrying knives everywhere with them. And a security guard came up to us in a major shopping mall and said, hey, no big deal. I just want to let you know, legality, the kids can't carry knives. And I said, okay, well, thanks for the heads up. And that was the end of it. We've been around law enforcement, you know, out of all the cops we've been around and shit all the time, none of them have ever said, hey, your kids can't carry knives. You know, on your property, your children can carry guns on your property. Your employees can carry guns. Even in most states where you can't get a carry permit, in a place of business, they can still carry a firearm. This is when the tires hit the pavement for the Canadians. It will say a lot about if it fizzles out or they keep going. Yeah, are they going to be able to just stop this with a decree? The police passed out fines. I saw a guy give an interview. He's like, I got a $1,000 fine. And then 15 minutes later, they gave me, I don't know, it was a much larger fine. Yeah, funny how the politicians never ask what the politicians, the people making the laws for you to follow, never follow the laws themselves. Do you ever notice that? Their children get in accidents and kill people, and they never do any jail time. They straight out kill people, they murder people, and never do any jail time. Lots of truckers left, but there is still a strong presence of truckers. Did you see the drone footage, the aerial view of the protesters just on foot? It was as far as the fucking drone could see. And it wasn't some little strip, it was huge. Philip Strother, what's going on, man? What's John's favorite camo? Man, I like multicam black. I like multicam black. I like multicam. I like multicam black. I like the multicam black with red thread. I like just black, you know, with a little bit of red on it. Yeah, the Ottawa police are enemies of the people, just doing my job. Absolutely. Because nobody wants to. But if you got a bunch of Ottawa police that said we're not enforcing this, a bunch more would join. You see, courage is contagious. Nobody wants to be the first dude that runs out there and then turns around and sees nobody following them. Over the weekend, there have been tons of people, but the cops moved in on the protests this weekend when they broke up the border blockade that scared a lot of folks. Hackers hacked funds and go. The hackers hacked it? You mean the FBI hacked it? What kind of hacker just leaves all their shit on the fucking cloud, their seed phrase, so the FBI could just go take their millions of dollars? Yeah. Thirsty. Yeah, I used to carry a knife to school. We carried an M1 carbine in my fucking truck at school all the time. Had 30 round mags for the M1 carbine. My buddy had a shotgun always in his Bronco. And that was in the 8th grade, 9th grade. Fuck no, you weren't supposed to. Nothing ever happened. They were never brought out. Most kids could carry a knife to school every single day. If they just left it in their fucking pocket, nobody would ever know. Teams of cops jumping out unmarked vans, making targeted arrests as well. There was a video I saw, the police confiscating fuel cans. How can that? They were, and a lot of people were carrying empty fuel cans to overwhelm the police. What happened to the guards at Nuremberg trials that were just doing their jobs? Not many of them were killed, really. Not like we think. Most of them walked freely. But I do know what you mean. I know what you're saying. Is Scully with no? Scully hasn't been here for fuck. I don't even. How long, guys? A year? A year and a half? No, Scully retired. Scully lives not far from here, but it takes 40 minutes to get to his house. Jeff's doing Jeff things. A lot of kids at my high school carried knives. I never heard of anyone getting in trouble as long as they left in their pocket and wasn't a huge. Yeah, exactly. I carried a knife at school, middle and high school. Never got in trouble. Stopped watching the news since last summer. Just now hearing about martial law in Canada. I hope the truckers keep rolling. And he's asking banks to freeze assets in truckers. Yeah, because they're going to. It's how they're going to punish these people. They're going to seize all of their money, and they're going to seize all of their assets, and they're going to punish them. They have to come down hard on them to set an example for you. Joe Biden came out and said that the U.S. government would help and assist in breaking the blockades and help Canada in any way needed. So Trudeau's got a lot of nuts all of a sudden behind him with the U.S. saying, hey, we'll back your play. And the U.S. wants this squashed because it's spurring, it's lighting, that ember is lit here in the United States. These trucker blockades and these trucker rallies that you keep hearing about in Canada, they're happening here in the United States. You are not being shown them. If you look it up, though, you can find it, and there's a lot of them. Huge numbers in the United States. Jose, what's up, buddy? Had a 30-30 and 12 gauge in the back window of my truck every day at high school. It was normal to go hunting before or after school. The school here in middle of nowhere, Tennessee, kids are not allowed to even wear a shirt that has print on them. You have to wear a solid color shirt. You cannot wear any fucking you can't wear any printed shirt anymore because motherfuckers crying. They were trying to ban shirts with guns so people would wear other shirts. So finally they said, no, you have to wear a plain shirt. And Jeremy Fisher, the police do a lot of shit that is not legal, buddy. How can that be legal? It doesn't have to be. They have more guns than you have, and given the right circumstances, they will kill you over it. What about this no-knock warrant that just happened? They serve a no-knock warrant, middle of the night, break in this dude's house. They have the wrong house. It's not even the right address that was on the warrant. And the dude's laying on a couch, stands up or uncovers with a gun, and they kill him. The warrant it wasn't even the person they were looking for, and it wasn't even the right address. 22 Bitcoin has been donated to the Truckers in Canada cause GoFundMe, and Give Send Go isn't working like it should. Biden launched 4 nuclear B-52 bombers to the UK. That's the Cold War playbook, though. They expect it. That's what he did. What they've always done. What's up with Reed H? Any beef? I hope not. James and him seem to. He left. He was supposed to teach a class. And he was the primary instructor at the class, and everybody was at the range, and he was not. He was back at the team room packing up his bunk, him and Patriot Nurse, and fucking quit. Didn't show up to class. Quit, took a bunch of James's shit, and then fucking put out a bunch of videos talking shit about James. Patriot Nurse is the fucking plague. She's gotten involved with 5 or 6 people we know, fucking gives up that pussy, and then it's like the fucking... It's like the Raccoon City virus. It's like she turns them into zombies. They go nuts. And now it looks like she's doing videos on her own from an apartment, so I assume that they're not together. They had a dude shot in a class, I believe. They were doing some, remember all the shit, the downrange photographer shit everybody was giving James shit over? These motherfuckers were literally whipped cream can, okay? That's a dude facing me, firing beside me, and I'm coming towards him, firing beside him. Walking towards each other, firing right hand. Some dude finally got shot in class. I don't know whatever came of it. That was years ago. Reed came in, had all fucking SOE gear, never paid a dime for it once he was an instructor. We hooked him up constantly with shit. And then when he left James, he started making videos about how you don't need a nice rig, you don't have to pay SOE money, and here's a Chi-Com rig. And I fucking had enough about it, and I kind of put out the, what had really happened. I've kind of forgotten by now, it's been so long. But I don't know what that dude's doing, don't have a clue. But I heard, somebody told me that that dude was kicking in doors and confiscating guns during Katrina. So if you're buddies with him, why don't you ask him that question? Is there any truth to that? Why don't we bring that up and see what happens? Disarming citizens in a time of crisis. Crazy eyes, stop watching. So I went to several Patriot Nurse classes. Right? Prepper classes and medical after the collapse and shit. It's all the same fucking class. I took probably 15 of my people to 3, if not 4 of her classes. It's all the same fucking class. There's no information in there that you can't get more compressed and more of it off the internet. She speaks very well. Reed speaks very well. Reed was a high school history teacher, and he quit doing that to come work for James. And he was perfectly happy and everything was great until Patriot Nurse got involved in it. And then they both lived in the team room for fucking months. Reed did kick in doors, well known before. I've never heard it. I'd never heard of it. Gary Marriott, you mean Gary Marr is the next shot guy? No, we're talking about 2 different people. I'm aware of Gary Marr also. I think he's a fucking turd. I told James when he hired him he was a fucking turd. I'm not fucking a fan of Gary Marr. I've never fucking liked Gary Marr. He came in here with his little kids. I built them custom shit, and then he would fucking do videos when people would ask about belts. He would tell them other belts. But Gary Marr wore my belts every fucking day, and I made his mongoloid little kids fucking belts. And he would fucking, after he stopped working, he wouldn't throw out my fucking name, but he sure came in and asked for a lot of stuff. All of those dudes have thousands of dollars of gear that they never paid a dime for. Reed and Haas were tied? I don't remember that. I mean, that's just probably because they were around. Placement for workforce have been imported from Mexico and Afghanistan. They are bringing them in mass quantities. They are flying them in jets, right? Private contracted jets are flying them in. They landed a fucking ton of them in Nashville, for instance. Put them on these big travel buses. When you see all these lines of fucking buses, these travel buses going down the interstate, what do you think's in them? That's what's fucking in them. That's what's in them. And you don't have fucking Border Patrol and INS running raids on places right now. That's fine, white people. American citizens, you don't want to work? We've got your replacements already fucking inbound. Lots of them. What you better ask is how all these motherfuckers are living and what the plan is for all these people who are not working. All those camps where they brought all those fucking people in, right? All those fucking camps, they emptied them out, but the camps are still there and still staffed. Who do they plan to put there? Monkeyworks is expecting some Ukrainian heading this way soon. Robert Thomas, what's up? And they're giving them loaded food stamp cards and living quarters paid for. What's the next big homestead purchase? Man, I'm sure there's a dozen of them, but nothing comes to mind right now. There's nothing holding up that I'm like, this is the next big thing. You starting seeds yet? We're starting seeds pretty soon, man. Over the weekend, I would have said like Thursday, Friday, I would have said let's plant, and then it's now back down to 20 degrees at night. So a few more days. Kyle from Viking Tactics. I don't. He asked me to build slings for him, and I said, man, we can't build your slings. I can't build enough of my own stuff. I've met him at like SHOT Show a few times. I think James introduced me to him, but if he walked in the door here, I wouldn't recognize him. "5,000 troops in Croatia." Exactly, John writes, area being displaced, and they will be going after patriots, Christians, and anyone speaking out against this global communist takeover. Yes. Homeland Security, I think it was, just authored some piece of paper guidance legislation saying that anybody who is speaking, basically anybody who changes the minds of anybody against the government, comes out speaking against the government, is to be classified and considered a terrorist by Homeland Security, and you'll be on the no-fly list if not rounded up. And there's several. It's out there. You can hear Monkey Works talks about it tonight. I heard him talking about it on some program. Start seeds about the 2nd or 3rd week of March. Oh, we'll start them way before that. We'll start seeds inside here way before that. And then we'll put them into the row house to start hardening them off. Do you make anything that I could be used for my Ledger, Nano, and hard wallet in? Beans that I don't even know what those are, I would say that we don't. Crazy that they use you for shit, but don't pick on children. It's not their fault. Missy Johnson, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't even know what that means. Monkey Works is, and you should fucking get over the picking on children shit. You should roughhouse and fucking woolly your children around hard fucking bully could. Then we won't have to worry about our children. Your children, if you're worried about words or what kids are called, your kids are already going to be a failure, man. You better toughen your fucking kids up, because if you don't, they will be somebody's victim every day of their life. Laptop sleeves. Our iPad sleeve fits quite a few laptops. I don't have a definitive answer as to what that is, though. I'm sure somebody can tell you. Did you see the ATF Valentine's Day post? I did see that. Ron Paul for president. That'll never happen. Thomas Massey. Fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene. If you like Ron Paul, Rand Paul's on Survival Podcast. Does some stuff with Jack. Jack interviewed them. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massey were on Tim Pool last week. That's well worth listening to. I sent that out even to a few people. Sent that to Jack, actually. I have a 14, 15-inch MacBook Pro, and they both fit the iPad case. There we go. Anyone calling for violence is glowing. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And be aware of the people you meet that are fucking trying to instigate violence, right? I assure you that we will have a federal agent or two at our get-together this weekend. Just watch the dude. It's always fucking machine guns, or, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be something new now, but it's always been the machine gun guy. Always the machine gun guy. I usually try to plant the majority of plants in the garden after Mother's Day. I hear all the old timers here say right after Easter. Dual mag subloads. Any plans to make dual mag subloads? No, we don't make a dual mag subload. We make a CQB subload, which carries 2 mags in one pouch and 2 mags in another pouch, has 2 pouches, so it'll carry 4 P mags, or it'll carry full-size smokes in them. No violence, that's real. I don't know. I think Tim Pool has a lot good to say. I don't think you're going to change anything without violence. This is not going to change. All you motherfuckers waiting for, and I'm not saying go do violence. I'm saying where are the grumpy old men that have nothing left to live for? Or where are the guys that found out they've got a couple years to live with cancer? Where are those dudes at, right? Killdozer woke a lot of people up. They wouldn't know what to do if there was 20 of those that happened all at once. Everybody's saying, like I look at it as fucking being a pussy if you're out there, violence isn't the right way, right? I think Tim Pool's a little cunt for all that shit. And I think that he's saying that to put weights in the other side of the scale for all the other shit he said. So to pacify YouTube and keep them from banning him. You're not going to have nothing fucking changed without violence. Your forefathers, nothing got changed without violence. Everybody talks about the Constitution. The Constitution didn't fucking exist without violence. Let's hope it's not us that has to do the violence. The grumpy old men exist. Yeah, we all know them. We all know them. You need an NFA. We just don't like. There's always the dude asking, and they're very blatant about it. It's not like some little, like, could this be this or is it maybe something else? They're always very fucking blatant about it. Dual rifle subload. No, we won't be building that. Nobody bought them, man. You had years to buy those things. Nobody fucking bought them. Planting by the almanac. Yeah, I would assume that it does work, or they wouldn't still keep. There, I see a lot of guys that swear by the almanac. Are they gonna photo? Who fucking knows? The ATF used to be at San Diego gun shows, and they were photographing every license plate. Who knows, man? Who knows? You can live in fear and do nothing, or you can fucking just go live. If they want you, they're going to get you. Everybody has something, and if you don't, they will give you something to get you for. Violence is part of human nature. We've been killing each other since we could pick up rocks and grunt. It's so wrong to suppress our natural instincts. Just think about what does the United States do around the world every day? What do governments do to people every single day? They impose their will at the end of a gun. How many unjust laws do you have to abide by? And if you don't, they will send men with guns who will kill you and your children under the wrong circumstances. Why are they raiding with, why do they need machine guns? To raid farmers selling milk. Why did they need, the FDA comes in with fucking SWAT teams to a cherry tree farm, to a dude that grows cherries because he was selling cherries to a company that took the cherries and made them into some kind of gummy or something, some cherry juice or something, and claimed that cherries can cure certain kinds, have been shown to cure certain types of cancer. Under the microscope, there is scientific evidence that it helps in certain kinds of cancers. They didn't go after the dude making the gummies or the juice or whatever it was. They went to the cherry tree farm and raided his place, took all of his computers and all of his stuff and put him out of business. Why does the Food and Drug Administration have fucking militarized fucking SWAT teams like that? fix FTX this weekend in Washington State, posted on my militia. No idea what that is. Field training exercise. I know what that means, but what's the benefit to your double pistol mag pouch versus ordering 2 single pistol mag pouches? Do you need 2 mag pouches? They're same animal. Most people want a dual pistol mag pouch. And then if you want a single, if you bought 2 singles, you could separate them or put different, you know. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's not a benefit one way or the other. I don't know if you even save money at this point anymore buying 2 singles or double. Yeah, the Patriot Act. They always call it something and it's the polar opposite. What you better realize is that they just put in Patriot 2.0 and it's way fucking worse. And it's all about fucking free speech and going against U.S. citizens. It has nothing to do with terrorists. See, that's the new thing. They conditioned everybody to hear terrorist when it was brown guys in airplanes from the Middle East. Those were terrorists. Bombs, stuff like that, those were terrorists. Now they use the same vocabulary, the same terminology against soccer moms who don't like what's being done to their children at school. Those are called they call them terrorists now. They just added the word domestic to it. What does domestic even mean? I mean, you just brought in millions of terrorists and domesticated them. You brought them in like pets. You feed them and fucking give them a life better than many of your U.S. citizens even have. Gandhi, Martin Luther King did it without violence. Well, you do your thing. Jesus didn't do it without violence. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. You got to the real fucking meat of it. Yeah. Think about it. If you had some fucking, we'll call them bad actors even. If you had some bad actors that went around and started knocking off politicians, corrupt politicians, would you root for them? You don't even have to answer it here. Would you root for him, or would you hope that they caught him? And what if there was clearly multiples of these dudes that just had enough? Had enough. They've lived enough of their life. They have the skills and the ability, and they're going to fucking make a change or try to make a change to leave something different for their grandkids. Would you root for them, or would you hope that they caught him? You got a fucking rude awakening. You got a fucking difficult life coming to you, depending on which of those two. And either way, those answers, you'd have a difficult life coming. If you're not prepared to bring violence to people who bring violence to you, you're never going to see a change. Obama said, "It is the very beginning. It's the greatest army created, equal to or greater than the traditional armed forces, DHS. He did what he said he would, and he sat and watched. And now he's controlling the puppet." AKS 74. I should ban you for even fucking typing Scully's name into that. I don't know who you are, but you say shit that's out of line. And whoever said I know some guys like that, I would just fucking keep that to yourself, man. I would keep that to yourself. My new Low Pro EDC belt and boot bag arrived this weekend. Great, so right on. National Defense Authorization Act. Yeah, it has nothing to do. Yeah, national, inside. Not international. think Martin Luther King was saying good shit? Think Malcolm X was saying good shit? Do you see people saying shit similar nowadays? Who do you think killed those people? Man, I don't know anything about bourbon. I have some of it. Casada Protocol. I'm not familiar with it. Yuri Bezmenov? Yeah. What about Jordan Peterson? I mean, you have Jordan Peterson seems to think right along what most of us think seems to. I saw somebody hit me up. He's like, you always say Jordan Peterson, but Jordan Peterson's a fucking piece of shit. Or I don't even know what the dude said. It doesn't matter whatever he said, because what Jordan Peterson says makes fucking sense. Walmart has 3 days food now. The trucker way is the real way out. Yeah, I agree. That's it exactly. You have to constrict things. You have to constrict things. The trucker thing is working and has them scared to death. I'm surprised it took them this long to try to end it. Will it end? Will it end? And how much are they going to hammer these? Why are they going after all these January 6th grandmas? The January 6th, who died in January 6th? A civilian that a Capitol police officer killed. January 6th, they've got all these people hemmed up, interrogating them and torturing them, from what everybody seems to say. They are smashing them to take away your will. They're making an example of grandma, because if they do it to grandma, they'll damn sure do it to you. Yeah, January 6th is absolutely a distraction. Semantics. Not really, buddy. If they want you, they will get you. They'll just fucking... Don't you know... Have you not noticed all these people that all of a sudden it's just always kiddie porn? Every time they want to bust somebody they don't have something on, it's always kiddie porn. They'll just fucking send it in an email to your computer and you won't even know it's in there. And they'll say kiddie porn, and everybody will forget all about you after a week of saying what a piece of shit you are, even though you didn't have any kiddie porn. The trucks don't drive themselves. Do you really think that the National Guard couldn't drive semi-trucks? Like, if they pulled all the truck drivers out of the trucks, do you really think that the National Guard and the military couldn't just drive those trucks? I keep hearing everybody say those trucks don't drive themselves, and the air brakes, if the driver doesn't want it on, you can't tow it. Do you really not think that another driver could just drive that truck? Do you think that eventually they won't come out and kill some of those people and make an example of them? A friend of mine has FBI show up at his house after January 6th. Nothing but his wife and kids home. He wasn't even there. Been to Mexico many times, Central America, never once saw almond tequila. Yeah, I've never heard of it. The truckers don't need to park and protest. If they stop working, there you go. There you go. There you go. Most truck drivers don't own their trucks, though. There'll always be somebody to drive a truck. Why do you think they're testing lowering the age to 18? Yeah. Yeah, man. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I fucking had a great workout today. Had a great workout last night. I've been up since 4:20ish this morning. I've still got a little I guess I've got my second wind. I'm going to go get some more shit done here. We got a new product we're working on tomorrow. You might see it this weekend. If you're coming out, we'll see you when you get here. There's going to be some 400 of you here probably. Safe travels, and we'll see you guys soon. Woodland mini pack side pouch. They're coming. Droplets. We talked about that today. The Woodland side pouches are coming. Oh, all the side pouches. Know a guy that met with a 3-letter agency guy, admonished him hard, told him never bring your phone with you to one of these meetings. I can implant items on your phone and have you arrested. Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt. Whether your phone's there or not, they can do it. They have everything you touch or type, or every message you send, every photo you send or receive, the cloud. Whether you can see your cloud, it's in the cloud. And they will readily give availability if there's not a clear path already to any law enforcement agency of any level. They don't have to have real cause anymore. They can just come in, look around, find some shit that fucking, some infraction, and get a warrant based off of that. And then anything they do is just. It can't be, it can't be thrown out. Never taken a CDL test in my life, yet guarantee you I can get in and drive the truck in any truck in existence. Don't need a truck driver to drive trucks. Yeah, I think that's wishful thinking. I think that's wishful thinking. Hilarious how much some people hate Jordan Peterson. Has anyone who implements what he says actually turned out work? No shit. No shit. What is it? His 12 rules? Pet a cat. Isn't that one of them? Make your bed.